Hi, Dr. Bob here, Director of the Personal Financial Planning Program at the Muma College of Business with a very important guest, Mac Gardner. And Mac is joining us with our Careers in Finance segment because he's had quite a number of roles already. He's a successful planner, he's worked in different company environments, and he's also the author of The Four Money Bears because one of his passions is spreading financial literacy to all kinds of groups, including those at a very early age. So welcome, Mac. If you don't mind, tell us, what is your current role and what does that actually entail on a daily basis for yourself?
Well, first, Dr. Bob, thank you so much for having me. I am a big fan of the University of South Florida's Personal Financial Planning degree program. Big fan of yours and what we're doing on a daily basis to help promote more financial planning and just more awareness of what we do on a regular basis. I feel really, really blessed, Bob, to have been in this business for 20 plus years. I started my career as a University of Maryland student as a retail banking. So I literally started off as a bank teller in college and helping people come into the bank and deal with their personal finances. When I graduated, I had the opportunity to join their trust area as a trust administrator, which is very eye-opening, just to watch how wealth works and how it gets perpetuated generation over generation. Then I had the opportunity to join the bank's management training program, which is based really in commercial lending and corporate lending. Did that for a little bit, wanted to get back into the investment management side. And so that's when in the late 90s, early 2000s, I got my Series 7 and my Series 66 and my life health variable annuity. And I became a corporate 401k plan specialist. Did that for a little bit, then I did private banking for a minute, and then I transitioned to private wealth management and working with financial planning and doing financial planning for high net worth, ultra high net worth folks. I've worn a lot of hats, Bob. So as you said at the beginning, yes, I feel very blessed.
But you're also a certified financial planner in your own right and quite accomplished as an author. And how has that allowed you to interact with the people who benefit from personal financial planning?
So my first book, Bob, I had my practice in Houston. My first book was called Motivate Your Money. I wrote that book, Bob, because I was working with people, and you can attest to this. I was working with people that had substantial assets, but it was surprising how little financial planning knowledge they had, like the difference between term and perm insurance, the difference between a 401k versus an IRA or a Roth or a brokerage account. And so that was my first book, and I wrote it for adults, and I wrote it for the masses, I would say. And then about a year into my practice, one of my clients came to me and said, Mac, I love what you did with the first book, but would you be open to writing a book for kids? I said, well, how young? She said, like elementary school. I said, ooh, that's pretty young. So I started doing due diligence and research, Bob. What I found is that a child's connectivity with money was a Cambridge study that shows a child's connectivity with money starts by age 7. Mm-hmm. So that's when we wrote the Four Money Bears book, and the Four Money Bears really represents the 4 functions of money. There's only 4 things you can do with money, right? Spend it, save it, invest it, or give it away. And so the idea behind this platform is to introduce children to these 4 basic functions of money. Why it's so important, Bob, is because there's a strong probability that mom and dad never got this information because schools sadly don't teach it. And so I started incorporating, I'm a huge fan of education and educating people. So I started incorporating education into my practice, really to help my clients and help the kids.
So if you were a student right now that was just kind of considering a career in, financial, management or financial planning or something doing with financial industry, but you really didn't fully understand, where's the spark? Why would someone want to become a personal financial planner? What would you share with those students?
I would say if you are a student embarking in this industry now, we are living in the innovation age, right? We are living in an age where technology is allowing us to do amazing things. It's actually rewriting financial planning. And so if you're a student and if you're passionate about helping people deal with something that is extremely personal to them, right? Their personal finances, their financial goals. If you have a passion for helping people and gathering as much information as you can when it comes to helping them along their personal financial journey, this is the career space for you. This is a place for you where you can literally impact not just the people that you're talking to, but potentially their children, or even those around them, their family members, their siblings, their parents. I can't tell you how many times I've sat down and done financial plans with folks, and then they I didn't, let me share this with mom and dad, and then it ends up helping them. So if you have it in your heart to help people, and make a good living too, this is a great industry where you can have a lot of control over your schedule and how you help folks and how you impact folks. This is a place for you to be.
Well, I've never seen you without a smile, so I know you love what you're doing. But I thank you so much for visiting with us today and for sharing your thoughts with some folks out there who really don't yet know enough about, what career options that they have. So, but personal financial planning is, a passion of our program, and we're trying to work hard with advisors like you to help keep the personal financial planning.
And one other thing too, Bob, this is something I'm really passionate as well is, if you look at the Four Money Bears book, I intentionally made 2 of the bears girls and 2 of the bears boys. I intentionally made them a lot of different colors. I think our industry needs more diversity and inclusion. It needs more people within the community to become those flag bearers of financial guidance. And so I think one of the reasons why we really haven't had that is because coming up, if it's not taught in schools, it's not in our kids' awareness. So that's another reason why we're trying to get this process started early, not just to help young people, but also to help our industry and get more diversity, more inclusion into personal financial planning degree programs across the country.
Great point. And I think from all those that I've known in the industry and some of our students who've come from more diverse backgrounds, they say, part of the reason they're here is because they didn't have that stability in the household growing up, and they want to help a lot of families going forward. And so what you're saying is all are welcomed and all can help. Am I hearing that correct?
You are hearing that correctly, sir. And as I like to say, the journey continues.
Thank you so much for visiting, and have a wonderful day and continued success in your career.
All the best. Go Bulls.
Go Bulls.